Hi and welcome to those viewers around the world. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name's Ian Curtin. I'm the USA men's under 23 coach, but originally from New Zealand, so I'll be supporting New Zealand today.
And I'm Agnes DeBruner, and I will be supporting the USA today.
Get to know
we've got
all the players pretty well.
important
It's
match
like
coming
any
up,
hockey
fifth
community,
ranked
it's a
game
pretty
for
solid,
both teams, I
solid
believe.
group, and so it's always fun even you come across the world.
We are starting in about 13 seconds.
And they're underway. It looks like the US managed to get the puck originally, but they've been pushed back into their own corner by the strong New Zealand attack.
It looks
New Zealand providing a lot of pressure for the USA defenders, but USA managed to get it and clearing it to the corner. But it looks like there is an infringement call by the referee for gloving, so it's advantage to the US. So Agnes, this is the first time we've had a US under-19 women's team.
It is, and they've been showing themselves quite well. And no, it looks like that was advantage Kiwi, actually. But yeah, that's the first time ever for a age group under 19 women or any women's team in the age group championship. So it's pretty exciting for us to be here.
And also Argentina are here for the first time as well. So there's a good selection of 10 countries represented at these fourth age group underwater hockey championships.
Yep, and it's every bit as intense as any other world championship I've ever been to. It's very serious, and it looks like New Zealand put a goal in there. I couldn't even see exactly what happened, but New Zealand has been playing really, really strong. I'm sure it's kind of intimidating for the U.S. team, for the U.S. girls to be playing against them, and we'll see how they keep their composure, how they keep going. And they're on the strike. U.S. is super fast on the strike.
Yeah, again winning the strike by probably half a body length there.
All right, and a good drive by the U.S. Take it to the outside. They probably have to be a little afraid of the Kiwis in the middle of the pool. They're going to be really strong. So taking it out to the side is a little safer. They get well up to the pool. Looks like the Kiwis are turning it around.
Looks like a bit of to and fro around the third mark and the Kiwis half with drives back and forth.
Back into the corner. There we go. Nice. Good job. Oh, if she'd had a little more support.
So the Kiwis managing to get some bodies down just to stop that attack from the US. And you can see right in front of the New Zealand sub-box there, New Zealand getting some fresh players in.
Good job. Okay, good.
But another attack by the US, and it looks close.
And just barely cleared out of there, I think.
And New Zealand managed to clear it across the front of the goal.
Nice
right
job
across
by New Zealand.
Right across to the other corner and start to drive it up the wall.
But I imagine this is maybe some unexpected pressure that New Zealand wasn't expecting from the U.S. team, knowing that this is their first World Championship. They, the girls are putting up probably more of a fight than the Kiwis were expecting.
So New Zealand keeping their similar style of playing, trying to spread the U.S. players, looking for gaps in the pool and trying to drive them across the pool to spread their players out wide to see if they can get some free pool to swim into. But
USA doing a good job getting that puck back, trying to move it to where they want it, which is probably closer to the wall. certainly going to be quite a battle, I think.
So it looks like New Zealand managing to drive forward, starting to get a few extra players on the bottom for support, but the US is managing to get players down in defense as well.
Nice drive again out of the corner for the U.S. and a good pickup on the other side. Now we need more players down. A nice play by the New Zealand team, moving it into the middle. They weren't quite successful. Turn it right back around, and now they're just going to take a break until their help arrives.
So
and there it is.
One of the key strategies in underwater hockey is if you don't have enough players to drive forward, just look to hold it on the wall for a little bit and be able to reset. It looks like the New Zealand have managed to reset pretty quickly and start for a drive towards the corner.
That there's maybe a call before. Okay, there was a call, so we went to the surface cameras, but I can't see what's happening. And it's really hard for these teams to be patient. Like Ian said, drive it to the wall, and the Kiwis were waiting for help to arrive. And that's sometimes really hard to do. You really, really want to drive it forward. Instead of driving it forward, sometimes it's better let your team catch up and set up for the next play.
So the US taking the puck in the middle of the pool and looking to drive it to one side, but they've managed to switch it to the other side. Looking for some space and looking to flick it to the forward, waiting. But New Zealand have a couple of players down, but the US have plenty of support as well. So it looks like a tight tussle down there.
Nice play there by the USA team. The Kiwis are trying to cut across the pool. The USA was trying to take the puck and continue on that same path.
Looks like New Zealand have support there. They're managing to drive forward, but the US is managing to get a final body down.
It's awfully close. Yep, looks like that one went in.
It looks like it's gone into the goal, just waiting for the referee's confirmation. And it looks like number 10.
Number 10 for New Zealand, that's Georgia Coughlin.
Yep.
And that was a very active point there. Looks like the USA coach, Kendall Banks and Sue Banks are co-coaching this team. Kendall looks like he's in the water right now, calling a timeout for the. Yep. Okay. Yep. So calling a timeout.
Yep. So it's a 1 minute timeout. Coaches often use this to try and settle the players, get them focused, but also if. As you can see, the play's been up and down the pool, but it also gives them a little bit of a breather. Just get their breath back. Maybe also get a little bit of hydration.
Right, just a little group. The USA was handling the play really well. I think they were doing a great job considering who they're up against. And if they keep this play up, they're gonna get some goals in there. And I'm sure that would just mentally be a big boost for them. So I'm sure Kendall is pointing out what needs to be better and where they're doing well, and it's a very coachable team, so hopefully they'll put it all in motion.
And one of the players is the youngest player on the team is 13. Is that right?
Yes, we do have a 13-year-old on this team. It's overall pretty young team. We've got a few 18-year-olds, a few 17, and most of them they've got 2 15-year-olds at least. I've got the list somewhere, but it's a youngish team. A lot of them can come back in 2 years and still play under 19. So that'll be a heck of a team if we can pull it together.
And it looks like New Zealand again trying to provide a lot of pressure on the US, forcing it into their US corner.
Yep. For the US, that's a little safer having them in the corner, but when it's in the corner, it might be safe, but it's not going toward the USA goal. So they want to certainly keep moving it across. But that's, there we go. Looks like a break. Oh, and almost stopped there.
So in one of the previous games, the New Zealanders started to swing it, but rather than swing it across to the other side of the pool, they just cut to the far corner of the goal.
Yeah. And And again, Georgia Coughlin. Or nope. Number 6, Marika Bavilar.
So that's 3 different scorers for the New Zealand right now.
Yep. And they're getting him pretty consistently by pulling him off the wall and then finding a gap in the middle and driving it right down the middle. And the U.S. is just a little bit on its heels. And you can see they're double teaming the defense. Nice defense. Got it. A USA team got it out to the side.
But you see the New Zealand
But
support. They've got 2 or 3 players down, waiting
New
to receive
Zealand
that
looks
puck.
for that gap and goes right through it. And they're good at that. And these teams are going to see each other again. We're playing a double round robin. As a matter of fact, these teams will play again against each other tomorrow. So they have back-to-back games against New Zealand. So it'll be interesting what the game shapes up like tomorrow because they both learn from each other. And the New Zealand team, okay, and there's a good waiting for the help on the wall. And across, which against this team is risky move, but look at that, working out for them. The Kiwis interrupt it.
So the USA team have had a lot of people down in support, a lot of people following. That's really good play.
Yep, it looks like the New Zealand team is taking it out the other side, and now there's just a race to the goal. There's a definite breakaway there. Will they make it fast enough? Oh, that was a beautiful swing by the New Zealand team. What a run.
And that looks like number 8 for New Zealand, Sarah Wilson.
And that is really heartbreaking when that happens for the U.S. team. But they had really good control of the puck, and they were really driving it far. They definitely made the other team work hard for that one. And that kind of thing happens.
So it looks like the New Zealand coach is calling a timeout. Just to have a quick chat to the players. Just to have a chat to the players, the 6 players in the pool right now. Just probably telling them to keep their focus, keep the game up. It's been pretty even game up and down the pool.
Yeah, a lot of swimming. I'm sure both these teams hopefully are super fit because they've been moving the puck a lot. It's a really fun game to watch. A lot of movement, and that's great for the spectators, and it makes a nice open game. But it is a lot of swimming, and it sure tires the players out.
So just running down the timeout to New Zealand. And there's a little over 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes remaining in this first half.
And USA early to the puck again. They're really consistently winning those strikes. And on the wall again. Nice. New Zealand doing a great job having bodies down there and taking the puck from those wall drives, taking it inside to the open.
And what you'll see from both teams here is all the players are flat on the bottom, and being flat on the bottom and kicking gives you a lot of leverage in going forward. Typically, if players are flat, they can get pushed through by the stronger players that have better position.
Yeah, they definitely, both teams, as you say, and that's key to the game. And what I like about the girls' games, women's games, is that there isn't so much just trying to crash through people. And when a body is low, then they work around them. Really nice swing there in front of the goal for the USA team. If they can keep their momentum up, and nice move there from number 8. That would be Vivian Lee. Kept it on the wall, and now our backups here. And once again, the Kiwis come out with that. The USA back is ready for that and can just make it go all the way to the other wall.
And New Zealand was swinging it across the pool, looking to break the defense down.
And it looks like advantage New Zealand.
For a stick infringement by US. Stick infringements are when the player's stick hits something other than the puck first. So that could be hitting the glove or the other player's stick without hitting the puck first. So New Zealand looking to drive up the wall, draw the U.S. defenders in, but it looks like the U.S. have managed to get a drive on.
That's quite a drive down that far wall. A little hard to see what's happening, but it's going the USA direction. And there we are, right in that goal trough. Hopefully USA can bring that puck in. The New Zealand team has shown itself obviously to have great defense, great offense. They're really disciplined. They keep everything together. They're certainly gonna make this hard. Advantage to the USA team. Some gloving from the New Zealand team, and now they're right up in the right up by the goal. And USA, I'm sure, is hoping to put one in.
And as we drop, that looks like you can see 11 players on the bottom. So almost everyone was down.
Yep. Just one
defending
person
and attacking.
There's a safety. Yep.
And the US are looking to move it, but New Zealand had 2 players on either side.
So they're really both teams trying to swing it around, and the other team's doing a good job trying to take over those swings and regain control. You should continue that swing, but then have the control when that swing is over.
And New Zealand looking to push it back over the other side of the pool, trying to stretch the U.S. defense.
And cleared by a U.S. player. It looks like it's in the far corner, and this is really a lot of back and forth. These girls have got to be getting tired. That is a really hard. They're swimming hard and fast, and there's a lot of back and forth.
So the forwards were down for the U.S., and they managed to take the puck off the
nice run
New Zealand
there.
goal.
And it's a big pool. There's a lot of surface area there. So when these games are going back and forth, that's just a lot of distance that those girls are swimming. And they're always swimming hard. They're not just paddling along. Nice job.
Good play for the pass, but New Zealand were quickly onto that.
Yep.
And great turn and curl and go from the New Zealand.
And obstruction call against New Zealand for the U.S., so the U.S. will have an advantage. Advantage puck. The team with the advantage gets to go wherever they want in the pool, and the other team has to back up 3 meters until the puck is touched.
And it looks like that will run down the clock. So that's the end of a very exciting first half.
No kidding. Very well played on both teams' part. And I'm sure they're going to just try to catch the breath, rehydrate, and get ready for this next half. Both teams playing an excellent game, and I don't think either team is taking this game for granted at this point. The USA is putting up, despite the looks of the score, the USA is putting up a really good fight.
So typically at halftime, you'll as a coach, you'll try and get everyone to take some deep breaths, get some composure back, take some fluids. The girls have been up and down the pool, so they've been expending a lot of energy, and even though you're in water, you still do sweat.
And then, so the referees discussing the game too. The referees, as always, very important in these games. A well-reffed game can make a huge difference in the way that players perceive the game. And hopefully this game obviously isn't. They're obviously having a good time too, but.
So the referees are actually from all of the competing countries as well. So a lot of them haven't reffed together before, but there are a lot of experienced referees from around the world, and I think they try and keep a stable core of referees from previous tournaments and introduce new ones.
Yeah, we've gotten the referee program has gotten so much better with new referees being trained. You don't just kind of assume that the referees know what they're doing. They actually kind of get tested and they get evaluated, and they have to earn their spot in there. And they're all volunteers, and we sure appreciate them.
And speaking of volunteers, there's a great team of volunteers here from the Tasmanian Underwater Hockey Association, as well as this fabulous facility here, the Doone Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre.
Definitely the organization here, the aquatic center, everything about this tournament so far has just been spot on, really well organized.
Get to know
it's just a fantastic
all the
facility.
like any hockey community, it's a
it's
solid
great
group,
place to
and
have
so it's always fun even you come
have
across
a
the world
world
and see
championship. And it's pretty impressive for us coming from the U.S. that you have this whole aquatic center dedicated to underwater hockey. They have 3 or 4 times weekly. They have little what do they call them? Their club, but basically little mini tournaments. Every single the just something that we can't really fathom in the United States.
And as we get the second half underway, we see the U.S. woman again winning the strike.
And New Zealand in control of the puck right now. And disappearing from view. And got turned around.
So unfortunately, even with the 4 cameras in the pool here, there are some slight dead spots. So it's a little bit difficult to get the full play within.
I'm not sure if all the cameras are going, but I think there was 6 cameras, maybe not 6 underwater. There might be 4 underwater and 2 above. I'm not sure on that, but
yeah, I believe there are 2 overhead. And it looks like an advantage for the U.S. Looking to quickly drive it forward. New Zealand not seeming to go towards the attacker, but waiting for the bodies to be down and getting the puck.
New Zealand is really patient and composed about their plays. They know what they're going to do, and they just wait and for the chance to do it, and don't get flustered by anything that happens. If something changes and they weren't expecting it, they just keep their cool. But the U.S. team is doing a fine job, battling on their own too.
And New Zealand again looking
nice
to pull it
break
off the wall and make a run across the pool towards the far corner of the goal.
And then the support, it's really impressive. Both teams are doing a good job supporting each other, but the Kiwis are obviously well schooled exactly where they need to be, and they're there. It's a very impressive game. An advantage to the USA team.
So the New Zealand woman coming back behind the line that the referees are marking.
And having an advantage puck isn't always as much of an advantage as you'd like it to be, because there's so many different ways to play it, so many different ways to defend against it, and it's an important skill for the teams to practice. What's their best way to do that? Looks like a call against the USA this time, so now we'll get to see how the New Zealand team handles their advantage puck.
So it looks like they're taking it up the middle, maybe driving it over to the side a little bit, but looking to go forward into the goal channel and driving it forward. You can see the support coming from the outside, but the US have managed to get some bodies down, but New Zealand seems to be driving.
Goal.
There are a lot of bodies down.
Well, everybody went up.
So the puck must have gone in the
goal.
goal.
No goal. Presumably, apparently it was gloved in by a New Zealand player rather than being pushed in with a stick. So the referees call no goal and give the advantage to the USA team. So now there's USA's chance to drive it out and away from their goal, which clearly they want to do.
So New Zealand managed to defend that, but USA seems to be pushing forward.
Another drive by the New Zealand team. They're getting good at swinging it out away from that wall where the U.S. wants it. And then again finding that gap, going the middle. Advantage
It looks like
New
another stick foul
Zealand.
there. The US might need to be a little bit careful. That's the second one in quick succession.
Okay.
Typically, if a team does too many stick fouls, they can get a team warning, which will mean one person out. But US managed to get players down and off quickly to defend that.
And it's hard when you're right up against the goal and you really want to stop it. You just try to get at that puck however you can, and it's easy to get those gloving calls and stick fouls. And yes, Terry, Uncle Terry, that the duck is definitely back. He's with the under 23 team. And it looks like a goal for the New Zealand team, and indeed it is. And number 4 was that? Either 3 or 4. And the credit goes to Charlotte Boric.
No.
Or,
It looks like number 13, Talia
Oh.
Vince, was the goal scorer.
Anyway. Oh, and there they are, Australians, the New Zealand team driving.
But the US have done really well here, stopping the New Zealand attack. New Zealand have been on the attack for 6 minutes of this second half, and they only scored 1 goal. So it's still a very tight second half.
An advantage again to the New Zealand team right in front of the goal. So the USA has a tough job right now. So everybody knows that the New Zealand team has proven that they're really strong in front of the goal. And even if the USA team sweeps it out of there, they have to keep it out of there, and that's the trick. Nice drive out, and keep driving up the pool. The New Zealand team just goes with it until they can get control of it, and then try to turn it around. And there they go. They got their turnaround there.
And some
Getting
frantic
cleared
defense.
out of the goal. And it looks, nope, not in yet. Now it looks like it went in. Yep, there it is in the trough.
Goal is in the trough, and the referees have signaled another goal.
And number 5, that would be Tessa Sims. Tessa Timms, sorry. And it looks like the USA team calling a timeout. And again, yeah, the USA team probably needs a bit of a breather. They need a little more confidence. They're playing well, but the other team is overpowering them, and just need to keep their composure while that happens, and keep playing the game they're playing.
Yeah, so New Zealand have scored 2 quick goals. It's probably a perfect time for Kendall Banks just to have a word to the ladies and just say, keep the pressure up, keep swimming, keep making, having the support down. It's really important to keep the positive energy going in the team, because they are doing really well against this very fit and well-disciplined New Zealand team.
Yeah, it's really easy to get a bit demoralized when the score gets run up against you, but really, 6-0 isn't a terrible score, and they've been playing really well. And if they keep up with the game, they're giving New Zealand a run for their money, and New Zealand is starting to figure out their weaknesses too. And again, hopefully, with some discussion tomorrow, it's going to be a different game.
And that strike seemed to be more evenly contested than some of the other ones, so it looked to be fairly even between New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, referee's timeout. I don't know what happened there.
So it looks like the puck may have hit a player.
Yeah, that might have been. Oh, it was looks like Molly Banks out for a headshot. So she'll be out for 2 minutes. For a headshot, it can be a 2-minute or a 5-minute penalty, or they can get kicked out. Usually it's 2 minutes unless it was deemed intentional, which for the most part I don't think they are. But a referee does have the freedom to call a 5-minute penalty for that if they feel it was intentional.
So New Zealand will probably look to make this player advantage on the US, and the US will probably find it very difficult to keep New Zealand contained here. And as we see New Zealand break through the defenses and score fairly quickly.
And being down one player, Molly Banks is a very strong player for the USA, and that does hurt to have her off in the penalty box.
Really trying to press that advantage that they can gain on the Australians, really asking the Australian defence some questions on that back wall. And I must admit, the Australian defence at the moment is not looking that strong on that back wall there, Dave.
And again, that was Tessa Timms scoring for New Zealand.
It is what it is. I mean, the Turkish are big boys, but that doesn't mean they can't just blow through players. You need to be on the bottom. You need to have strong positioning
And the US not really contesting that strike there. New Zealand easily winning and driving towards the left-hand corner.
penalty being called. Looks like a penalty shot being called there, Stuart. I'm not 100% sure.
And a really strong push right down the middle into the goal. It looks like maybe, or certainly toward the goal. Looks like U.S. is putting up quite a fight, getting it out of there.
But it looks like it's in the tray.
No, it went in the tray.
I mean, New Zealand had at least 3 or 4 players.
So they probably saw, that USA is down one player. They took the opportunity and just went right down the middle.
And that
And
goal scored by number 11, Paris Hanare.
so that's a tough one. Everybody's getting tired, and just driving it right down the middle is a good strategy for the New Zealand team. But there was pretty much almost everybody on both teams was down.
And it looks like New Zealand calling a timeout.
I don't think in my 35 years of hockey.
Yeah.
So it looks
must
like
be
the
a
coaches are in the water.
It looks like number 9.
In any case, somebody called a timeout and
So obviously it hit Josh
have a talk.
near the head. So number 5
You don't want the teams to get just give them a chance to catch their breath and
Yeah, the US have been put under a lot of pressure here by New Zealand. Any break they can get will be nicely deserved.
yeah.
Be interesting to see what the US do here on the strike. Here they win it and they're driving it right to the right wall. They're probably looking to hold possession against that wall until their player maybe comes in shortly. Once the 2 minutes is up, the player will be able to slip into the water right on the halfway line. But it looks like New Zealand again driving. You can see 3 New Zealand players down.
Right down the middle, and it looks like they got diverted a little bit, but boy, that's a lot of pressure, and they're awfully close to the goal. Okay, and that looks like a good run by some U.S. player, and New Zealand is really good at taking those turnarounds and using them to their own advantage. It looks like USA is getting possession again. And again, the USA is doing a great job on the defense, but it keeps coming back and keeps coming back.
And it looks like New Zealand are again running towards the goal. But it looks like there's an
and a
infringement.
call against New Zealand. So USA gets a quick little break, gets the advantage puck, can hopefully change the momentum
And
back
just
in
to
the direction that they want.
And just to confirm, the US are back to 6 players, so that'll be a glad for them for the last 4.5 minutes of this match.
Yeah.
So New Zealand looking to drive it wide, and they managed to drive it down the left-hand side of the pool.
It's a little hard to see what's going on, but in general, the USA team seems to be trying to take it to the side to be able to regroup a little bit, and the New Zealand team is taking it right back to the middle and passing it around until they find that gap to go back toward their goal. Right now, the momentum seems to be a little bit in the USA direction. And there's a break.
And it looks
but
like there's only
taken back by the USA.
only 1 or 2 players down at each time. It seems
Yeah,
like these
everybody's
ladies are
getting a little tired, and that. So there's a great break to the wall, but 2 New Zealand players and 1 USA player. All right, there's some good backup and swimming with the puck. Very nice play. Oh, beautiful
Deke.
deke on that one. Turned around, passing it to their team. If USA can keep doing this, they'll get it certainly a lot closer to the goal.
There's some great support
Nice
by the
play.
US woman there.
And now it's up in the corner, and another drive for the goal, but the Kiwis are ready for that. They're ready for this kind of play. But that was a really nice play. Now Ian and I are getting the same feed that you guys are getting at home, so we can't really tell what's going on either. And we could just hear, maybe we can hear the crowds a little more than the people here can, but
I mean, we can stand up and look out the window, but we can't really see
yeah.
see a lot.
They're in the pool that we can't see anyway, so that wouldn't help us Ian. But anyway, yeah, we've got good crowd support here. The USA has probably for 3 teams with the players and everything. There's 60 people or so here. That includes 31 players.
There's also a strong contingent of New Zealanders
exactly,
in the stands here as well.
Yeah, so
and looks like some of their other teams supporting.
Exactly. So the teams come support each other, and the parents, of course, come, and it gets pretty crazy in the stands. That's something that, of course, we aren't used to when we play underwater hockey, and it makes it more exciting, makes a little higher pressure, and it just adds to the whole feeling of the World Championships and the intensity. It's a lot of fun. And it looks like the Kiwis pushed one more advantage puck that the USA had, and the other way around.
So it looks like a bit of to and fro, but New Zealand managing to defend. The US trying to push in these last 2 minutes, trying to get a goal.
Yeah, it would be a really great feeling for the USA to be able to put one in, but they've come awfully close, and the New Zealand team is just so strong in front of the goal. But for the USA to be up in this corner and knocking on their door, that's a good thing. And now we have advantage USA, I believe, isn't it?
It looks like a good opportunity.
Right in front of
just
the goal.
on the left-hand side of the goal for the US. From the top view, we can see that there's actually all players down on the bottom trying to defend.
And it looks like a break there, and it looks like New Zealand stopped that, but that was a really nice drive toward the goal. And they're keeping it up there. But New Zealand knows they need to just be patient. They don't have to score. They just need to hold it in place. That's a lot easier.
New Zealand swinging it across the pool, creating some space, going into that free pool where there aren't any players looking to drive. But the US have managed to contain that drive.
Really nice job holding it on the wall there.
Get possession,
nice,
and then look for support. The US looking to swing it across the pool as well, looking for support, looking to drive.
Yep, this is their last chance. They don't have much time. They're going to swing it and just try to swim it. And there's no reason that the New Zealand team needs to score right now. They just want to stop the USA team from scoring.
And it looks like that's run out the game.
And that's the game. Final score, New Zealand 8, USA 0. Well-fought battle. I'm sure both teams are good and tired now. Well done, New Zealand, but well done, USA as well.
Yep. All right, and that's it from us tonight. We'll go and interview some players. We'll speak to you shortly. So which camera? Hi, I'm here with Sarah from the New Zealand team. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
How was that game? It looked like pretty tough, a lot of swimming going on.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely good, tough competition. But managed to play our game, which was really good, and kind of got into the swing of things.
How did you find the US? Were they a lot tougher than you thought, or?
Yeah, like really had no expectation going into it. It's world level, so you've just got to assume everyone's at a high level. But yeah, it was a really good, tough game.
That's your last game for the day. Who have you got tomorrow?
Not sure actually.
So actually, you're playing the US again tomorrow because you got double round robin. So, are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, it'll be good. Have a good rest and then face them again.
All right, thanks very much.
Cool. Cheers. Thank you.
Hi, it's Ian here. I'm here with Elsa.
Hello.
So, how was that game for you?
It was really fun. It was really tiring, but it was a really fun team to play against.
And there seemed to be a lot of swimming going on.
Yes, both teams we've been, well, at least my team has been trying to swing it a lot, and I think New Zealand was swinging it a lot too.
So, there's some tired legs tonight.
Yes, definitely.
So, are you looking forward to the rematch tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a really fun team to play. I'm excited to play them again. I think we can score against them this time. So.
Yeah, you got really close a couple of times. You're gonna have a quiet night, get some good sleep.
Yeah, I'm hoping to sleep a lot.
And how are you enjoying Hobart here?
It's really exciting. It's a very nice city. Tomorrow we only have one game, so we're gonna go for a tour. I'm not sure exactly where, but.
All right, thanks very much for being with us.
Okay, thank you.